podcast.
Oh, that's beautiful.
What'd you say, bitch?
Everything's recording? Oh, shit. We're over here talking shit about why nobody likes our podcast.
Is it recorded on the
We'll cut all that part out.
Holy fuck, we're live. We were just sitting there talking shit on people for not... We were literally talking shit about why our podcast isn't, like, world famous.
People just don't like us, I guess. I think it's... I don't know what it is. I don't know.
I'm not trying to be arrogant. Like, I do hate myself. But I think that this is interesting because it's like, I do it with another person, and I want to lift up the other person that I'm with. So I don't want, you know.
You could.
God, if you have been all day long, Miss
Yes, I know.
fucking need to clear her throat, Sally.
I'll start talking and a big old goober will come in there.
Oh, God. It's to the point that I almost think you're going to be like, sorry.
No, I just keep swallowing it. I like to swallow.
Oh.
Whoa, Randy liked that.
Everybody loves a swallower. And that goes for food, too. If you're a chef, you love a swallower. You don't want to see anybody spitting your food out.
Heck no.
You make a nice
Casserole.
Okay. God, I was thinking something classier, like something that a real chef would make. You make a nice risotto or something. You make a nice risotto.
Or a cordon bleu.
A le cordon bleu, a le culinaire.
It sounds fancy, like cordon bleu. Really, it's chicken with ham stuck up in its rear.
In its rear. I have always been very no thanks on a le cordon bleu. Just never really been into it.
It's not that good.
I mean, I just don't see. I'm more likely to say yes to what's it called? A Monte Cristo.
Ooh, those are good.
Monte Cristo.
Those are really good.
Those are fucking good. And when they're made right with like some nice house-made butter. Ooh.
Sign me up.
Oh, boy, you can get my email and start putting it into lists because I am there.
Monte what?
Cristo. Yeah,
I keep wanting to say Monte Crisco.
Well, makes sense given your poor upbringing.
When I was driving the other day, I was thinking about stuff that I have said wrong in my life. I'm like, I used to say, oh no, my tire is going to hit the curve.
What?
I used
No,
to get
you didn't.
curve and curb.
Oh
mixed
God.
up.
Look out, honey. My tire's going to hit the curve. Holy shit. That one's fucking embarrassing.
I know. Everything I do is embarrassing.
And I have an embarrassing one, too, that like, I think I've told it to you before. This, so I was watching a documentary. I watch everything with subtitles on. So they mentioned the Sistine Chapel.
Oh, I know this one.
And they're like, and the Sistine Chapel. And I just start laughing. Rafe's playing on his phone. He looks up at me. He's like, what? I'm like, nothing. These fucking dummies they did the wrong spell. God, it's like, how much do these fucking subtitle people even get paid? Because they're dumb.
Because they didn't write.
It didn't say 16.
16.
I thought it was the 16th chapel. And Rafe was like, oh, did you think there was 15 more? And I'm like, no, I'm not that stupid. I'm not that dumb. What I thought was it was just a nice, catchy name, 16th Chapel. Like a gastropub names their place, like One Pig Gastropub. You know?
The squatting pig.
Yeah, the squatting pig. I didn't think that somebody made 15 other ones. I'm like, an artist would never do that. That's the most fucking lame title for anything. Michelangelo didn't name that painting of him and his homie touching each other in the sky. Yeah, I know what that painting's called, but what I'm saying is that he didn't.
What is that called?
He didn't paint that and say two men and angel touching fingers in the sky. I'm not that dumb.
What's it called?
I'm looking it up right now because I honestly have no idea.
It's called the 17th Chapel.
Oh, it was Michelangelo, right? There it is. Ave Maria.
Oh, it's Jesus reaching out. Hello.
Wait a second.
Pull my finger. Hello.
Ah!
There's the 16th chapel ceiling.
Oh, is that what it is? Is that the thing? No, I don't think so. Okay, I'm a bit confused because they just said that he was.
Oh, it feels so good. Sorry.
What are you doing?
Twirling my hair and then pulling it real hard. Hold on.
Are you horny?
No. It's like a sensory thing.
No,
I
think you're horny.
Well, I mean, I always am horny. Oh, horny.
Stop.
I'm so horny.
Okay, why won't they just tell us what this is called?
I know you've clicked on at least 7 and they won't say it.
The creation of Adam is what it's called. Let's look at that in depth. That could be a really nice one to look up. And guys, just to let you know, if you're listening to the podcast in the car, don't. Watch it on YouTube. Okay?
Or listen to it in the car and then when you get home, make sure to watch it.
Yeah, because we are literally pissed that nobody gives a fuck about this podcast. Not that nobody gives a fuck about this podcast.
Well, there's plenty of people that love and adore it.
Oh, wow.
Whoa.
Let us really take this in. So, Michelangelo paints what I would call a person with a grower, not a shower,
Mm-hmm.
reaching, that's God, because this is a creation of Adam. So, looks like a bunch of angels.
They look skeptical. They're like, what did he just create?
Do you know that angel that they put on everything? Hold on.
The little cherub angel?
What's a cherub?
The little chubby faced angel?
I think so, yes. And like they make her skin look really tan. Okay.
Real life angel on jewelry box was the search that she entered.
What would I write?
What do you say? Put cherub. Cherub.
Okay, yeah. Because
How
clearly.
do you say in your country?
How do you say? Okay, type it in. Yes! This is it. This photo right here. Holy crap. I can't believe you were right.
And that's Raphael.
I mean, I guess you should be right because you're the Lord guy in this group.
I'll have you know that I took a lot of art history in college.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, loved
and
it.
somebody paid attention.
I loved it.
So if you go to an art museum, you're having a good time.
I'm seeing stuff that I remember and I'm freaking out. I'm like, that's actually from the Parthenon in Greece? That's not a replica?
I would like to get into art. It's because, not because I want to be like, oh my God, whoa, what did this person do? Or, whatever. Is because I like history.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see how things evolved.
Oh, yeah.
So these guys who did the 16th Madonna invitations, this is what they're called, cherub angels.
Raphael.
Wait, this is what Rafe's named after.
Oh, it is?
And they spelled it wrong. His parents.
Oh, God.
Yeah, because they were mad that Rafe wasn't in the Bible after Rafe was born. So Grandma was like, you need something in the Bible. So his parents got something from the Bible, Raphael.
And then spelled it wrong?
And they spelled it wrong. It's Rapheal.
Huh. Why doesn't he go by that?
Probably because it feels fake.
Oh.
This is what I think's confusing about that. It's like the F in Raphael is a PH. But then when you spell Rafe's name, it's Rafe. It's
Yeah.
like, why didn't they just Raf EAL the whole thing.
Why doesn't he just start writing RAFE? RAPHE.
Do you know why Rafe's a comedian? Is because if you spell out Raphael, it's ROFL, rolling on the floor laughing. It's close enough, okay? Yeah.
I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, I took a hit of my weed pen while I was at the weed store grabbing stuff.
You're not supposed to be in there smoking doobies.
I didn't do it in there. You would get in big trouble for that.
Yeah.
Like, they would not be happy at all.
They're very organized at those places.
Unbelievably organized. I'm wearing my Hell Yeah Brother shirt, and I went to the weed store first.
Mm-hmm.
And I show up, and they're like, hey, I was like, I'm getting a pickup order. They're like, okay, we need your ID and medical card. And I'm like, motherfucker, I don't have my ID on me. Had my wallet on the couch this morning, paying a bill or something, and I just left it on the couch. So I had to leave there, drive home, come back. In the midst of all this hubbub, I started getting really hot, just from running around, getting out of the car, hopping in, just knowing I need to be somewhere, just kind of start sweating a little bit. And so I got home, got my ID, got my wallet, and then I took off my jean jacket and I put on my Hell Yeah Brother flannel that I got for Christmas from Rafe's sister-in-law. And I walked back into the weed store, and the security guard, she's an older black lady named Rosie. She was like, man, I like that shirt a lot. That shirt is amazing. And she just started yelling, hell yeah, brother, in the little lobby. And she was like laughing her ass off. She's like, man, that's a good shirt. And I was like, I know, right? Isn't it amazing? And she's like, hell yeah, brother.
You should have given it to her.
I'm not giving someone my favorite shirt. Because then it's going to rob me of all those moments.
Rob you of your joy.
Yeah. So, I mean, she asked, she said, did you make that? And I said, no, a friend got it made for me by someone. And, but this lady's name was Rosie, and she could not get enough of the Hell Yeah Brother shirt. And I was like still waiting in the lobby because she was like, oh, you came back. You changed. Oh, wow. And like got so excited about the shirt. And then like the boys, the bud tenders is what they call them.
I hate that.
Me too. It makes me sick to my stomach. But at least these guys didn't say, your bud tender will be right with you. They were just like, hey, what's up? Oh, you're back. Okay, you got your ID, your stuff. Come on in. And Rosie and the little security guard, she's just howling and hooting, losing her fucking mind. And the guy up there keeps hearing her say, hell yeah, brother, over and over again. And he's kind of like, what's going on? And he walks around the counter and sees the back of my shirt. He goes, oh, man, I was so confused. I was like, this is really unlike Rosie. He's like, I was so like, cute. Wow, you guys are really hitting it off. And then as I'm leaving, I was in there for like 15 minutes because their fucking debit card reader machine thing wouldn't work. And you have to pay with only cash there. So it's not like I could just easily be like, okay, put it on my credit card. Mm-hmm. Whole fucking thing. Ended up having to get money out of the ATM because my card wouldn't run. Same card that wouldn't run got money out of the ATM. I just wanted to say that.
Whoa, that doesn't make sense.
Were you just being the owl? Like that clock where his eyes move?
No, I was just trying to act like a lady that's confused, looking around like, what is going on?
Hilarious. So then I'm leaving or whatever, and I'd been in there for like 10, 15 minutes. Kind of forgot that Rosie was even out there. And as I walk out, I'm like, oh, see you later. And she goes, hell yeah, brother. And I was like, dude, I fucking love this lady. I am straight up not going to any other weed store in St. Louis from here on out because I love that lady so much.
And you won't go until she's working.
Yeah. I mean,
I went to the dispensary last time over in Sauget, Illinois.
Uh-huh. Which one's it called?
Beyond
Ascend?
Hello.
Oh, Beyond Hello.
I've been to Ascend as well.
What does Beyond Hello even mean?
Beyond Hello? I don't know. But there were two lines. There was one to get in the dispensary and one to get in to do the order pickup. So the guy goes, just go over there and sit on those chairs. And I didn't think there was an order. I just thought people were sitting there waiting. So I sit down at the furthest one away from everybody. And then the guy comes and stands by me. He goes, you want to move over to the next chair?
He goes, you're beyond hello.
Because what they were doing was standing, sitting, and going to the next chair. Like a line. But I didn't know that. And he goes, do you want to move over to the next chair? And I was like, I turned my head and I gave him this kind of look like, how fucking dare you?
He's like, you're stinking this
rolled
rolled
my eyes at him.
Farts.
And then moved over one chair. And then I realized, like, oh.
I've been sitting at the back of the line. And,
I'm a dummy.
And you were sitting outside, so I guarantee you were probably doing this.
No, it was indoors.
Oh, I was like,
looking at my phone.
I could just imagine you looking around at all the birds like.
And then I felt like an idiot because I clearly was wrong. And I wanted to say, hey, I'm sorry. I was mean mugging you. But I was like, I'm just going to pretend I didn't even
just
do that.
leave it. Because he knew. And he didn't want you to feel that stupid. But like he did want to kind of let you know, like, hey, you don't have to do this to yourself.
I thought it was a waiting room, not a line with seats in it.
Oh, boy.
So I go in there and get my stuff and leave quickly with my 20% discount.
What'd you get a 20? Oh, military, right? Military
It was just
discount?
I got something in the app.
Oh, I did see that they do military discounts at a lot of places.
Well, sometimes you
veteran.
gotta have an ID for that, and I don't have an ID.
Okay. Just saying, man. I'm just saying.
Man, they really take care in like going and getting it out of a little special drawer and locking it and bringing it over and saying, do you got one of these and one of these and one of these, and then closing it up.
Oh, yeah. I mean, they're very organized, which is funny because you would think a weed store would not be organized because let's face it, I would say majority of your employees that are working at a marijuana dispensary are high. I'm just going to go out and say it, you know, and I'm not against it.
It's more regulated than a Walgreens pharmacy.
Uh-huh. More regulated than trying to get a fucking script of cold sore pills, dude.
I mean,
I could just be like, just toss one in my mouth. I need to get this thing going. It's flaring up.
You could fly over the counter at Walgreens and grab a couple pills or something.
Oh, and people do.
Not at the dispensary. You ain't getting nothing. It's on lockdown.
Hell no. And they got a security guard there. Like, the joint is, and they're always just cool. I haven't really had a bad experience in one. Everyone's been super kind. I hope those people get benefits.
And they always have an iPad.
Have an iPad of some sort, or they have like some kind of cool music going on in there.
Are you looking to sleep or are you looking to get up? Okay, I see. I've got some purple kush here. We got about $89 for a full gram. Purple kush.
Always. So, like, it's intense. The first time I ever went into a dispensary was in Vegas. And I'm not joking you. It felt like I was in an Apple store.
Yeah.
It was exactly
That's exactly what
like
you're right.
that.
You're right.
But this one was like, they were like doing a play on it or whatever. Because everybody was wearing like a shirt that had a weed leaf on it instead of an apple thing, you know?
That's cute.
But all of them really do kind of model that, where they're kind of like, oh, yeah, dude, I just walk around here. I'm getting my steps. You're like, cool.
What was it called, the dispensary there?
Green light. Oh, in Vegas?
Yeah.
Don't know. Let's look it up.
Mad Men. I know there's a place called Mad Men.
Weed store, Apple store, Vegas. Do you like how I say Mad Men? That is it. Nice. Oh, Med Men.
Mad Men. That's what
Med Men. Yep. We're thinking of the program with
I'm
John
thinking of the
Hamm.
program. Yeah, that looks just like an Apple store.
You know what? I am so sorry that I have to do this.
Got a shit?
I have to just really quick.
That came on very quickly.
Well, it's because I ate all that Chipotle and it is running through me.
Yeah, but you were like looking at a picture and next thing you know, you're like, I got a shit.
Yeah, give me a quick. I will be quick.
We did a podcast today with Matt Bosler. And one of the things he mentioned, Randy, was how Tina will just get up and go shit.
He brought that up?
Yep.
It's true.
He thought that was pretty. He thought it was a
like a bit?
Yeah. Because there's no way anybody can shit as fast as Tina does.
No, not at all, dude. It takes me that long just to clean up, man.
Right? I'm
Easily.
wiping. I'm still wiping while Tina's already out sitting out here.
That's 10 minutes at least, man, just in cleaning up.
I like to at least go through Facebook, Instagram, and then back to Facebook once.
My legs usually fall asleep. I'm in there so long, man. I had that happen to me one time at work. I did this job at a temp service when I was about 18 or 19, and I was in a band back then, and I played a gig, and I went to work on a Saturday at this factory for a temp service. I went straight there from a gig. Dude, I was working in a factory in my rock and roll clothes and my fucking, late 80s, like boots and my stretch jeans and shit. And I had to go to the bathroom, dude, so I went to the bathroom. I fell asleep on the toilet until, 11:30, and I woke up because I heard that dude yelling for me. My legs were asleep, and I couldn't stand up, and it was, I had been sitting there for a while, so took a while to get cleaned up. And I went and tracked the dude down, and he was like, "Where were you at, man?" I said, "I was over there. That guy told me to load those boxes," and he said, "Well, I don't need you anymore today. You can just go home."
Did you get fired from a temp agency?
No, man, I got paid for sleeping
shitting
in the bathroom.
Was that
3
through
hours.
Labor Ready?
It was through one of those shitty temp services, yeah.
Is there still Labor Ready?
I'm not sure, man. Those were a scam.
They were?
You didn't get paid dick.
Yeah, I've done it.
work
I
there.
did it before out of desperation.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you got paid minimum wage-ish, and they were paying, the temp agency probably triple that.
But you got the money that day.
No, I had to wait. It was like a job. I had to get it at the end of the week. Like the following week, like you worked a week, they processed it, and you got
that
paid.
sucks.
Yeah, it was bullshit.
No, Labor Ready, you got paid right away, which was good because sometimes you just be desperate. But then
You'd be
it's like
desperate.
I was usually one of the only women there.
I liked it.
And they'd want me to give guys a ride. I'm like, I'm not giving. I ended up doing it, but I should have said, I'm not giving these men I don't know rides.
Yeah, things have really come a long way now, haven't they?
It's not safe.
We were talking about that yesterday with the misogynistic 70s TV shows.
They could do anything back in the day.
So Tina's pooping
Randy's sad because his favorite program, Kojak.
is going to be moved off of my time slot. Yeah, they'll probably just jam it in the daytime when the real old people are home. Now I'm going to have to watch Magnum P.I. when I'm eating my frozen dinners.
That's a good program to watch, though.
Tom Selleck was hot as fuck back then.
Still is.
Woo!
That took longer than usual.
That was a two-flusher.
Whoa. Happy wiping. Just a fast wiper.
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I am a quick wiper, but that one was a little... That Chipotle just flew right through me.
You look a little
Don't
pale.
say it. Shut
you
up.
look pale.
Do I really?
Yeah. You look like maybe you've lost some fluids and some water and some blood.
Like I've seen a ghost.
Yeah.
Literally.
Oh.
What if that's what my friends always thought I was doing? Like, just, we weren't comedians, and I had a group of friends who were like a little more conservative. And I would always come back from the bathroom and be so pale. And they would be like, "Oh my God, what's wrong?" Like, "Dude, you must have been in the bathroom forever." And I'm like, "No, I think I saw a ghost." No.
I'd believe.
All my friends
Because
just
you're pale as all get out.
thought I saw a ghost constantly. Whew.
Feel better?
Trying to settle back into, just sitting here. And I know it'll pass.
Oh,
It always does.
you'll be fine.
And it takes a few minutes, and it's like after you have that one kind of feeling where you're like, "Oh God, that really was not fun." It's like you always think it's not going to pass. You think maybe you'll have to call the hospital. Somebody better call the law. I mean, you don't know.
Think maybe you'll have to get a colostomy bag because your intestines will never be the same.
100%. But then in a few minutes, it passes, and you're like, you just remember how joyful and fun life is again.
And you're ready for your next bowel movement.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what we're talking about, guys. We're talking about poopy.
Poopy.
All right, back to this MedMen thing. This was the first weed shop I ever went into.
Wow, look at it.
And it was just like, whoo. Like, I mean, these guys are nuts. It's just so extra.
It looks like they're selling iPads.
100%. Look at that setup.
Very nice. They pretty much all have modeled it off of that, I think, because
For
they all
sure.
look like that.
Well, and like, sometimes I trust these cats and sometimes I don't, because Rafe was talking to me. I was like, dude, just take this gummy. It doesn't have any CBD or CBN in it, because he likes the ones that are like half CBD/CBN
Those are the ones I like.
/THC. That's what he likes. And I was like, dude, just fucking do it. Like, who cares? Just take the regular 5 milligram THC one. It's going to be fine. And he was like, no, I can't. I'm not doing all. And I was just like, I don't get it, you know? And he goes, I was like, I think it'll totally be fine. He's like, no, those people in Vegas at the Apple store told me that indica wasn't going to make me paranoid. And it did. I was like, yeah.
How much did he take when it made him paranoid?
Oh, dude, I think he like took a hit off a pen and was like, wow, wow, you know?
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, God. Remind me to never take a hit off a pen then.
Maybe like a couple. I can't remember exactly.
So if he's taking, how much is in what he uses now?
Well, what he generally likes is 2.5 milligrams.
So that's what I take, right?
Yes, 0.025 grams. Yep.
And he has the CBD and the CBN.
He likes that, yes.
I think they said the CBN is what makes you...
It is. That's what makes you go night-night. CB night-night.
What is that?
Cannabis.
Nuggets. You got to get a nugget.
CBN.
I would like to take
Christian
2.
Broadcasting Network. That's what it
If I
is.
take 2, that's 5 milligrams.
Yeah.
That could be scary.
Could get a little funky up in here.
Could get a little...
Could get a little...
I feel like a loser when I go in the dispensary.
Mm-hmm.
Because I feel cool when I walk in there, but I'm like, I'm getting fucking little baby pills. I'm not cool. I'm not buying flour or vape things or dabs or...
You can't think that way, brother. And that's what led me to my journey with, like, I smoke the amount of weed that I like to smoke now. I do edibles, mints, and vape. And I will smoke a joint or like hit a bowl or whatever, but I do not smoke blunts. You will never
Because they stink?
catch me smoking
Or they're
a blunt.
strong?
Too much, dude. They're strong. They stink. I don't like the taste. I don't like it. And I've smoked too many blunts in my life. And I'm done with it. I never want to touch or be around a blunt again. I'm telling you, someone has a blunt and I have not smoked any weed all day. Even if I want to get high, I will not smoke that blunt.
You'll say
I'll say, no thanks. I don't want none of that. Because I feel like I've gotten to the point now where I'm like, I just do the amount that I like. I don't let anyone peer pressure me.
And
I don't let
whatever
anyone-
amount makes you feel whatever is therapeutic.
Yes. Whatever makes me feel good.
Cannabinoid. Mildly psychoactive. I see you say psychoactive to me, and I'm like, what?
Okay. CBN is
I mean, how reliable
a weaker version
is
of
all this
THC.
stuff?
I mean, I think it's pretty reliable. I can't prove it to you.
Have they actually done studies on this, or is this all anecdotal?
Anecdotal.
I can't say any words today.
I know you have been really fucking up some words today.
I couldn't
it's
even
kind of funny.
find the word empathy. I
Yeah.
kept wanting to say infamy.
I know. I saved your ass like 2
You
times.
did, dude.
Because, I mean, I knew you would have been done for.
Oh, God, I would have been canceled from Matt's podcast. He would have told me to go home.
Okay, so I guess it's cannabinoid. I don't really understand. That's really interesting. CBN was the first cannabis compound to be isolated from the cannabis extract in the late 1800s.
Good God, they were doing shit back then.
Could you imagine how they felt when they like just smoked that and they were like, whoa. They had to have just been fucking terrified.
Probably was spooky. They probably thought they were possessed by the devil because they like blaming everything on the devil
But
back then.
maybe you don't know if like you haven't been told. You know what I mean? It's like if someone gets like dosed with drugs, they probably don't know because they're not expecting it. And
You're
it
like,
probably
man,
just
I feel weird.
hits you out of nowhere. I have done that before with a weed brownie. Came home one time, had no idea there was weed in the brownies. Rafe literally just had a to-go box closed up from the improv shop. And I opened it up, and there were brownies in there.
Wow.
So
Improv shop makes weed brownies now?
no, I think he got it from like one of the bartenders or something.
What about a bud tender?
No, bud tenders. I'm sure they sell that stuff, but it's probably expensive. I know they sell some edibles for sure. They had a white chocolate little bar or something fun like that at the place I was at.
Fun.
Oh, it was fun. Fun. Zany flavors. I mean, just really like cuckoo.
They have some really interesting names for flower.
I would like. Did you just have a moment where you were like, "What do I say?"
Do I say
And then
weed or
you say, "Well, flower is when it's actual, just the flower, like the
big green
leaf, big green
thing?
nug."
I'm like, when did they switch the words over from pot to weed to
Flower. It's because I'm trying to be more like organic and whatever. It's like when First Watch or like when any restaurant tries to take a little healthier of a turn and they think like they're like, oh, instead of calling it weed, I know what we do. We call it something organic that everybody can get behind. Call it flower. Because that's technically what it is. It's flower off of a cannabis plant. And
Wait,
this way, like there's
First Watch is selling weed now?
No, but they did this whole upheaval when I was working there where they like, and now when I go into a First Watch, I don't even recognize it. I mean, I walked into one and just started sobbing. I literally laid down on the ground and went, no! And they were
What's
like,
a whole weed barley pancake?
yes, they've got, I mean, it's just, even the vibe and all the colors they added, they're trying to make everything look like rustic and like farm pressed. Like people got a meat tenderizer to smack fucking fruit. Not
Well,
really,
they can't
but
fool me.
it's like
good.
the gastropub stuff.
It's absolute BS.
That's where they switch it. Switch the nomenclature so it doesn't scare people as much.
Use a nice little funky font.
Ooh, yeah. Use a cool font and have really cool beats playing in a place when you walk in. And I mean,
Have rustic looking benches.
dude, every time they're doing more than just selling you weed. They're infiltrating your mind with 5G cables.
You're right.
Oh man, I love it
You're
though.
right.
I think it's getting ready to be legal in Missouri, and that's great.
Cool. That's cool.
I guess you can still have a medical card when it's legal everywhere because, I mean, I think it does make it a tiny little bit cheaper.
I should get one before I changed my driver's license just to have it.
Yeah, you'll get it for a year.
Because I'm about to get my new Tennessee one soon.
Why? Are you about to expire?
No,
Your
I'm just
life?
ready.
Oh,
I'm going to
really?
get a real ID and a license. Isn't
Wow.
that the same thing? It's a real ID approved license or something like that.
Dude, I remember when I moved to Missouri, I officially got an apartment, all that stuff. I still had like a Kansas driver's license or something, and a cop got really serious with me about it. In St. Louis County, of course. This definitely wasn't in the city. This was not where we are now.
Right.
But he was like, well, how long you been living here? And I think I was like, like 2.5 years or something. He goes, well, you're supposed to get a new driver's license, blah, 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 within like 60 days or something like that. And I was like, okay, cool. Like, why are you telling me this? It just seemed so... That's what you're worried about right now?
What did he pull you over for?
So I don't even know. Probably speeding because I was like 18 or 19.
Did you tell him to go fuck himself?
I wish I did. God. You can't because they're fucking scary and they're going to like retaliate.
Right.
You start fucking losing your mind on a cop. They're freaking out. They're freaking out.
They'll get your ass.
Oh, yeah. I don't remember the guy who arrested me for my minor in possession, but I can promise you this. I tried to fuck my way out of it.
Did you?
No, of course not. No, I just...
Of course not.
No, I just... I don't even remember him. He was probably, I get it. I would probably arrest a minor that was like all fucked up.
You should have said, you ever heard of the Hope Diamond?
I didn't know about the Hope Diamond yet. I was 14, for Christ's sake. I was a child. I was probably younger than that.
You're a choice, not a child.
Unreal. I don't know, man. What are we even talking about? We're talking about Michelangelo.
Does Randy want us to look at it? Because he's got it on the screen now.
Oh, no. I did this.
He told my ass.
None of us did it. We were just talking about it earlier.
We were just looking around. It's really a beautiful painting.
Sure. I mean...
And it was made in Fresco? Which one is the one where they paint on wet?
I think that is Fresco. But again, none of that makes sense to me. It's just... I should go to the art museum so I could learn a fucking thing or two. Just learn something. Because... you can't just wander through life just being like this. I don't know what fresco means.
Fresco?
I don't know what fresco means, but I do know what Fresca is. And I think that's what's really important here. Yeah, it's a type of mural painting executed upon freshly laid, quote-unquote, wet lime plaster. Did you ever make a little plate or something like that in art class when you were younger? And the art teacher is like, we've got to put it in the kiln, everybody.
Yes.
Gather round, put it in here so we can put it in the kiln.
I never got to do that till I was an adult because my poor Catholic school didn't have a kiln.
Yeah. The teacher was like, you can take the soap, try to put it in your oven. I put that puppy in about broil high.
We did stuff like glue cotton balls to stuff and cut.
Sure.
That was our art projects.
Yeah. I am a fan of crafts, you know.
Love a craft.
Yeah, crafts are nice. I mean, up until a few years ago, I still had like embroidery floss to make friendship bracelets with and stuff.
Why don't you begin that again?
I might, but I think I'd rather color.
Yeah, that's a good too.
When I'm at people's houses and they've got a coloring book and a marker around, ooh, I am in for that.
Just one marker?
Well, various markers.
The only way I want to use a marker is to do the outline. I'm not coloring in with a marker.
Oh, you're not? What are you going to do with them? How do you color it in if you're coloring?
With the crayon. Outline and marker.
Okay. Now,
Which reminds me, we never picked the winners for the coloring contest. Jesus, what kind? That's why this podcast hasn't blown up, because we don't keep our word.
Is that what it is?
I'll say it again. We didn't pick the winners of the contest.
Doesn't matter.
What sound effect were you going to pick?
I was looking for the violin.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Well, don't worry about it, Randy.
Let's do that in the next week. Review the submissions and pick. Because those people took their time out to color and send.
Yeah, and we're over here like fucking...
We're like, look at this painting of Jesus, and he's got a ding-dong.
Yeah, look at his small digger. He's a grower, not a shower.
Well, to be honest, the reason we haven't picked yet is because Randy told us we couldn't. He's like, don't do it yet. Do it when I tell you, girls.
Yeah, he made us hold off, so...
That's the reason.
Yeah. Now we can. It's not our fault.
Blame it on Randy.
Yeah. I think I do have all of them in a nice little folder at home. I think I found them the other day. So,
But didn't we take pictures of all of them
we did.
so we could review?
I did. I did take photos of all of them. Yeah, guys, we're fucking losers. We are losers.
Say
You
one
know-
more time just so they know.
We're losers.
I don't know that we're losers.
I-
We're just not the follow-up queens.
Why is it so hard to be a follow-up queen?
It's the reason it's hard is because there's 3 of us that are adults who don't live together. If we lived together and we were like, hey, let's look at these,
If we
And
lived
pick
together, we'd all be together. If
we'd
you know
be
what I'm
together.
saying.
It's hard because we're 3 different adults in 3 different places, and we all have our own shit going on. So to organize and say, I mean, it's hard enough to get in here. That's hard enough to figure out.
Y'all gonna make me lose my mind.
Up in here.
But yeah, you're right. I like that you're cutting us some slack because I, for one, feel very guilty right now.
Oh, I feel terrible. But also, I'm like, well, first of all, people aren't going to let us talk bad about ourselves. That's something I've realized.
Okay.
The people that are fans of this show will not let us talk bad about ourselves.
No, they'll just be like, guys, we knew it when you said it. You weren't going to follow through. You guys said, and the whole time we were like, why isn't this podcast bigger? Everybody secretly is watching at home like,
We know.
well, I don't want to say it, but they just really do not follow up like they say they're going to do.
They don't
They say
do it.
They say they're going to do a mukbang every week. They don't do a mukbang every week. They say that they're going to do all this other stuff.
This,
They
that,
say
and the everything.
this, that, and the other. And
The fact that we're able to do this on a weekly basis almost all the time is such a feat.
yeah, that is true, especially with you living in Nashville now. And you've been living there for what, like 4 years the whole time
14
this
years.
podcast has been going? Yeah, that's what I thought. Yeah, you lived there for a while. Yeah.
No excuses except that
Tony Robbins would hate me. You know Tony Robbins.
big motivational speaker.
Big
guy.
motivational speaker. Oh, God. Him and I would never get on. Oh, I typed
Tony
in-
Rollins.
What the fuck? I typed in Toby Ronis.
Isn't that the weirdest keyboard on earth? It's like a prank keyboard.
This guy right here would hate me.
Oh, but he's got a headset on though.
No, you know what? The headset is hilarious, but it's also like, get with the times. Don't wear a headset like that, bro. You look fucking stupid. Get one that ties onto your little
Or
shirt.
one that goes up here.
Yeah. If you're just a motivational speaker and you have a headset on, I don't like that kind of headset person. I love a headset, but not on a motivational speaker. I think you need to be ready for action when you're a motivational speaker. You need to be
that's why he
ready
has
to
the headset on.
No, I want nothing in his way.
Tony
Tony
Robbins,
Robbins.
questionnaire.
Yeah, let's see if he has any cool ones. Ooh, what's your style? What's holding you back from success?
God.
Oh boy, I can't even look
I
at
can't
that.
even read it. It's too much. So
It's
I
way
guess,
too much.
I guess I'm just at the bottom.
All I'm saying is Tony Robbins would be out on us, and he would tell us that it's our fault the podcast doesn't have millions of viewers.
So if they
And
had,
then he would say it all while being like, "Guys, it's your fault." He talks like Batman.
so if there was like a Shark Tank but for podcasts, and we had to go up there and present, and Tony Robbins was one of the people that could invest, he wouldn't do it.
You know what I'd do right after I'd look at him and I'd go, "You're a phony." Just like that, I'd shake my fist at him.
Very slowly though.
Yeah. Oh yeah, to show him that I'm angry, I'd be like, "You're a phony." Yeah, I'd let him hear it. I'd
And then he'd
imitate
say,
his.
"That's fine. I'm still not going to invest in your podcast."
Yeah, I would imitate his voice and do a really solid imitation of him so that all of his friends around him would start laughing. And that's how we would win everybody over.
Yeah,
Because they'd be
that's
like,
true.
whoa, she just embarrassed Tony Robbins.
and he is
And he is
one of the greatest motivational speakers to ever live.
He's literally a Neanderthal. I mean, that he is an actual Neanderthal. He is. Prove me wrong.
I have some Neanderthal in me.
A lot of people do. We all do. We all got a snippet of it.
How much, though, do you have?
Probably more than you think.
I got 38% more than everybody else. Or maybe it's 38% lower.
I'm going to be honest. I think that I've got a little more Neanderthal in me than you guys would like to admit. And it would honestly explain a lot of what's wrong with me. It would. It would explain why my legs hiked up on this table right now. It would explain why I'm always spilling stuff. It's because I'm too strong. Do you know that yesterday when I was at work, I am not shitting you. I said, this guy's like, oh, I have a Budweiser with a cold glass. So I set down his glass on the table and the beer, and somehow I hit the beer on top of the glass and it fucking broke.
Holy
Shattered.
shit.
I picked that thing up and I looked at those guys and I go, yeah, I'm pretty strong. They did not laugh, but the table next to them did.
How did they not laugh?
I can't believe it. They were both wearing mossy oak stuff, and I think they just had a bad day hunting. I truly do. They had an odd vibe to them. But yeah, I couldn't get them.
Where's my app?
And I walked over to those guys, and I was like, listen, I could do 5 minutes of stand-up for you right here, right now.
And they said,
and I did it.
We're good.
I did it. They didn't want me to.
Which jokes did you do for them?
I actually just kind of did some crowd work with them. That was it.
And then did you say, what do you guys think about that? That's my time for tonight, guys.
No, I actually didn't.
If I don't find this in the next 20 seconds.
Neanderthal. Bro.
Or as they say in documentaries, Neanderthal.
Okay, look at that Neanderthal and tell me that ain't motherfucking Tony Robbins. That is him.
I have more Neanderthal than 14% of other 23andMe customers. But I have less than 2% Neanderthal DNA. I would love to go back in time and find my Neanderthal ancestors and try to get to know them.
Oh, for sure.
I would love to get to know them.
Well, and I believe that humans and Neanderthals lived, didn't they cross over, like live at the same time? Yeah, they coexisted. Oh, God, I would love to know my Neanderthal people.
It says my Neanderthal DNA that influences some of my traits. Here's some of them. I have worse sense of direction.
Oh.
I'm less likely to have hitchhiker's thumb.
What's hitchhiker's thumb?
It's like when your thumb goes way back, I believe.
Really?
Less likely to prefer salty foods over sweet.
What do you prefer?
And sweet. I'm less likely to sneeze on a full stomach. Wow.
What the fuck? How the fuck did they get that data?
They're just making it up.
That's a fucking lie, and I know it. I can't even believe they're putting that crap in there.
Well, you know, it got me. I read it. I was like, oh, yeah.
So we figured out that people that have Neanderthal in them are actually, you guys are going to find this interesting. Trust me. You're going to love this. They're actually less likely to sneeze on a full stomach.
They're just making shit up.
Yeah, you're not going to believe this. You're not going to believe what I figured out, Dave. That's crazy.
Dave.
No, not on a full stomach. Whoa, what are you? I always sneeze on a full stomach. That's my thing. My wife loves it. Every time I eat a meal, I sneeze.
And that's from your Neanderthal.
That is the funniest, dumbest thing. Oh, God, he just does this every time we get full. He sneezes immediately.
It's got to be because he's related to a fucking Neanderthal.
It's so fucking funny.
Oh. He's like, can I bring the Neanderthal over today? I'm like, Absolutely not. Have you seen the size of that guy's head? It's large.
Oh, God. No, please don't bring the Neanderthal today. He's going to sneeze. And oh, wait, no, a Neanderthal wouldn't sneeze because they're less likely.
Sits over here and eats all of our sweets. It's ridiculous. Have you seen his thumbs? They stick out so far.
I mean, it's almost like he's trying to get a ride. Oh. Wow. That makes sense because they were hunting. They were looking for stuff.
And they were hitchhiking to the mainland.
Well, and they probably didn't know what to do with a clit, so they were probably always like just pressing on it like that. Had their thumb out because that was the biggest thumb.
Ew, do you have one, Randy?
Me neither.
Does anyone out there have hitchhiker thumb? Because I want to see it.
Sound off in the comments if you've got hitchhiker thumb.
What causes it?
Being a Neanderthal.
Some of those Neanderthals look very like they'd be at a Grateful Dead
That looks
concert.
like Tony Alamo Neanderthal.
Hey, that guy down there in the middle is pretty hot. I'm not gonna lie.
Here?
Yeah. No, there. Yeah. He's pretty hot.
Whoa. See, some people love a hairy dude.
Oh yeah.
It's not that I don't like a hairy dude. I have nothing against it. But, it's just, it seems like so much maintenance.
There is no maintenance. You don't do anything.
You just leave it.
You just be hairy.
It's like my brother Daryl. He is one of the hairiest fucking guys I've ever seen, but he's balding. How does that work? I mean,
it's two different genes. There's body hair, and then you get the
are you lying?
You get the male pattern baldness from your mother's side.
Are you making this up?
No. The gene for male pattern baldness runs through the women's side of the family. Right, Randy?
No idea.
Did you guys go to school or what? Lord Jesus.
Barbara, that is not something we learned in school.
Oh, it is. We talk about recessive and dominant genes in biology.
Blue eyes.
Blue eyes, brown eyes. Talk about all the chromosomes.
I don't remember the chromosomes.
Look up the gene for male pattern baldness. Male pattern baldness gene. Jean Dormaye. She's typing in French.
Jean, that's just such a male pattern baldness. What the fuck are you saying?
Male pattern baldness.
Well, he looks like he's got a little bit of a case of male pattern baldness. What the fuck are you talking about, Greta?
How dare you?
How dare you? You sit around looking on your phones at TikTok, looking around, all while I'm here trying to solve male pattern baldness. I'm protesting male pattern baldness right now.
I'll stand on the streets forever till they find a cure for it.
Baldness hereditary. The X or female chromosome carries the primary baldness gene. And men inherit this X chromosome from their mothers. I literally just threw up in my mouth and had to swallow it from that hiccup.
Ew.
Dead serious. It was this close to just slip it all out.
Well, I would have loved to have seen it.
I wish I didn't say that out loud.
So the fact that I know that
means you're smart.
Sorry. Does that mean that I paid attention in school or what? I thought that was just one of those things you learned in biology.
I guess I vaguely remember learning this stuff, but it's like if you asked me to explain a recessive gene, all that stuff, I'm out. I don't even know. I don't even know what I would say to you. I would probably start singing the quadratic formula song. And then I'd be like, you remember that one? And then I'd walk out of the conversation.
And everybody'd be like, what?
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with genes. Yeah, you were a nerd.
I wasn't a nerd.
Yeah, you were. Stop lying about it. You
Okay,
were a nerd.
I was kind of a nerd, but I got bad grades. So what does that mean?
You had probably ADHD or depression.
A nerd that doesn't follow through, just like now.
A nerd that doesn't follow through.
Oh, God, this feels so good.
That's Libbie being horny. Everybody, don't even worry
It's
about
not a horny thing. It's like somebody scratching your head.
it. Okay, that makes sense. I guess the sound you're making when you do it is just definitely reminding me of being horny.
Well, yeah, because when I stretch, too, I make that same sound.
That
I'm not
is
horny,
true.
I'm just stretching.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that when you're stretching, you're horny. Although
Unless
there
I'm
is a
stretching
lot of
these
times,
legs apart.
there is a lot of times though that you'll be stretching and say something like, "Oh my God, someone's fucking me right now."
Yeah, that's true.
I said that at work the other day, and the entire kitchen, everybody looked at me and was like,
Is Tina okay?
and I was like, "Sorry, never mind."
You're like, I'm not around my people here.
No, but I did hit him with a really good one the other day where we had like been running out of a ton of stuff that night. So everyone says 86, obviously. And I was like, hey guys, listen, 86, my pussy. And that got them all really good.
Did they just lose it?
Oh yeah, we were all dying laughing.
Man,
They
you're
were like-
providing a safe and hostile-free work environment, which I love.
Oh, for sure. And it's very safe. And it's very hostile free. If anything, it's open. I'm an open casket. Come and
Yep.
talk to me.
Open casket.
Come and get it.
If anybody's got that hitchhiker thumb, just please be sure to tell us because I want to know your family background. I want to see your raw DNA data that you got from 23andMe so I can plug that into a machine.
And 3D print it into our bodies.
And then make a clone of you and have you be here with us.
So, yeah, if you or a loved one has a hitchhiker's thumb, please make sure to tag us in a story on Instagram that day or sound off in the comments.
And also, if you have one,
God rest your soul.
I had such a good bit and it left my brain. God, it was good. It had something to do with mesothelioma. I was going to pair those up.
Oh, man.
You were a
If
loved
you
one.
if you were a loved one have mesothelioma or
Hitchhiker's
a
thumb.
hitchhiker's thumb, you are entitled to compensation.
Man, I lost it. I totally lost it. That
Well,
would have been a banger. God.
Tried to save it up for you, but boy, just couldn't do it. We couldn't bring it home this time, could we?
Sorry, guys.
Not only do we not follow up or through, but we couldn't even deliver you one solid mesothelioma bit this episode. So I think on that end, on that note,
To say I'm disappointed is really
oh,
under. Well, I don't even know what the word is. Just cut it all.
Under
Just
Armour.
close it all.
Yeah.
we're done.
We're done for the day.
Love you.
Love you guys. Put on a happy face and cut. Ooh. I like that little pooper sound. Ranch!